Be polite. So what I just heard is that basically we're going to fund films as long as they're made by Disney. Okay, I'm going to back off a little bit. First of all, I didn't answer specifically the last question properly. We are absolutely committed to restoring the $45 million that was wrongfully taken out of arts funding. Period. Full stop. We have a lot of other programs to support the arts, and I hope I have a chance to go into that in more detail. In terms of this particular question right now with C10, I think I've already given an indication of my answer on that. The question of elites, well, I have emceed I don't know how many music festivals and comedy festivals and storytelling festivals in the Yukon. And believe it or not, the MC can see the audience. Just as I can see you folks tonight. You know what? I don't see a lot of elites out there. In fact, even last week when I was up at the Arts Centre when Ben Hettner was here, which was a fairly, if you like, elite event at $80 a pop, I saw one judge wearing a really terrific looking tuxedo, and I saw a lawyer wearing not so good a tuxedo, but mostly I saw the same kind of people that I see every day in Extra Foods or in Shoppers Drug Mart. The arts are not about the elites, they are about us, our stories, who we are. And I'm sorry, Daryl, to get to part of this question here, we have protection about exploitation of children in images. We have a law that prevents that already. We don't need the Minister of Culture to decide on that kind of thing. We have laws about hate speech in this country, so we don't need censorship from the politicians. We have and always must have the ability and the freedom to allow our artists to express their view of the world, their view of their life, because otherwise we have put a metal clamp on people's heads, and we've said thought control is okay. Daryl, once you open that door, you know, it's open wide, so you don't even go there. I really urge, if you become the government again, I urge you to talk to your Prime Minister and say, you're wrong, 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 stop it. Get rid of Bill C.
The real question here is about where we should make the decisions about how arts are funded. And I don't believe that the right place is in the political spectrum. And there's great reasons about that. The point of arts is not just that it's about beauty and integrity, and it is about that, but it's about a lot more than that too. And one of its chief roles is to act as a bit of a reflection and a cultural critique and a political critique. So it becomes problematic as soon as we say that if you're going to allow the political arm to decide how we choose certain funding or not to be in place, you run the risk of censorship being politically driven. And I feel like that's what's happened. And I don't believe that it's the right thing to do. So the Green Party states that we should are against Bill C-10, and states that whenever there is funding in place, and that it should come through a peer-reviewed panel from within the arts community itself, and that's where those decisions should be made. On top of that, we also have a policy in place which says that that when we have trade negotiations going on, that we should protect our culture. So that we shouldn't just go out there in international trade negotiations and leave our culture sort of flapping in the wind. That there's something to keep about it. It comes back to this idea about what's the value of culture to society. And a lot of times we try and stick it in the economic model and the market model. And I mean, it's got some place there for sure, that if I create a painting, that I'm going to sell that painting. But it's also got this other value that we've all been talking about tonight, that it creates the identity. It's like if you have a highway, who's going to pay for that? Well, the person isn't going to go out and sell the highway or run a toll. That's not the way we do it in Canada. So instead what we do is we say that there is a social benefit there, that it's contributing to all of us, that artwork or that dance or that film, whatever it is, and that therefore it should get supported from the public coffers. And that just makes us a richer, more vibrant country and a richer and more vibrant Yukon. And I don't think that we should be sticking our fingers in from the political side to touch that at all.